The next approach we're going to discuss is restoring lost hair with hair additions. I'm Jeffrey Paul, and I've been taking you through the journey of the proactive level of approaches to deal with your hair loss due to COVID or any other reason. Restoring lost hair with that approach of hair additions, integrations, extensions, full wigs is a very important element that you should go and find in your area a consultant that specializes exclusively in hair thinning and loss areas of design and hair pieces. If you want to see us, you can find down below our Jeffrey Paul Hair and Scalp Specialist Center, and you can go through either an online Zoom consultation or you can go through a live in person. But understand, there are many ways to deal with hair loss with hair additions. Let's break down the types of hair additions that exist and the level of sophistication and technology that exists today. Toppers have become a term that is very broad spectrum. You can buy toppers online, but in turn, toppers are to be on the top of the head, obviously, per its name. When you see one of our toppers, is that you can utilize one for daily wear. Let's say that you're going to go through 9 to 18 months of this hair loss and you're hoping that it grows back, and you're just going to use a specialized clip, and your consultant will advise the right clip that doesn't cause more hair loss. And you also can wear toppers that are sophisticated and made with design so that you can attach them for extended wear. The ability to live in your hair, sleep in your hair, wake up in your hair, and forget about your hair loss. Then there's extensions. And there's a lot of pros and cons to the extension market. It has always been a design for fashion. There's the clip-ons, there's the sew-ins, there's the tape-ins. But the reality for someone who's losing hair, you need a specialist who knows your hair, studies your hair, and recommends the right one, because the wrong one will make you lose even more hair. And that is so important. You will see the ability of putting an attachment of extensions that are made out of polymer, that they're very thin, they lay close to the scalp, they're put together with the bridging of the hair that's there as well as support, and not pulling and dragging on those weak hair follicles that are already been damaged. But extensions can also help you with the breakage, because here's what's happening. When you're shedding or you're losing hair, the hairs that are coming back come back thinner. They live even a shorter life expectancy, and they're easier to break. That's why you'll see much more breakage. And that breakage is caused because those hairs that have fallen out have come back thinner, weaker, more brittle, and they break off. And a little bit of curling iron that didn't affect it 2 years ago now affects it with more breakage. And now suddenly I'm seeing through my hair, Jeff, I'm seeing through my hair. The reality of an extension can give you the ability to not any longer see through your hair, but it also protects those hairs from being broken. Integration, an empowering level of women being able to have their own design, something we created from the very beginning decades ago. Being able to create hair systems, that we call them, and the ability for the person's hair that they have on their head, the ability for the hair to come through. And this is designed for women. Why? Because women's hair loss patterns are different than men's. Men recede on both temples, crown, and go bald, and this is predisposition in their genetics not to fall out. So they can transplant medically, and it's a success. But for women, the pattern can go throughout the whole head. They may never go bald, but they keep getting diffused. That means thinner and thinner and more scalp being seen. So we design a system so that the hair that you do have, we draw it through. And just like the extensions, we're able to give you a little or more hair. As you go through the consultation, you find out if you're right for this, to be able to have a full head of hair integrated with your hair and not just covering your hair. Then there is the 3D technology, direct injection, a sophisticated, incredible way to apply in a membrane, a prosthetic membrane that will give you another restoration of hair. It will give you the look that is injected one hair at a time. And as you see this, you will see this close up, that each hair is injected just like it's done in the scalp, just like it's done in the hair growing from your very birth, and will give you the ability to go swimming, showering, playing. There's first a lens is made. That lens is made with a resin, so that resin is an absolute security of this is your scalp. Then we take and make a plaster of Paris mold of that matches the lens. Then That goes to the factory, and the factory then takes a scanner on a computer and with machines that they've created on a 3D printer, and they create a 3D model. The 3D model then is where your hair system is fabricated into looking like hair growing from your head. Unbelievable. It can be a top of the head. It can be a 3/4 head. It can be a full head. And then there's the full cranioprosthesis for like alopecia patients or chemotherapy patients with the sophistication of silicone built into it to be grippers on it, lace fronts, just ongoing sophisticated levels of the ability to give you and restore the hair that you don't have, but not destroying the hair you do have and integrating it into the hair that you have. This is not your grandmother's wig, and this is not your grandfather's toupee. This is the high level, sophisticated, behind the closed doors that most people don't hear about, relationship of true design of hair replacement, hair integration, hair duplication. But remember, you still need to see a professional consultant that will go through a full process of consultation, assess where you're at hair loss, and then begin to design your color, your framework of your face, what's going to look best on you, and not just deal with covering something up, but to really create a new frame. Remember this quote that I always loved when I lived in Europe. It was, where there's a masterpiece, if the frame is not right, you lose the masterpiece. That statement always stuck with me, and that's why I love, in my book, I take you through a whole process. Everybody says, Jeff, what was the best look that I would have? What would be the best style? I have a whole chapter on how to assess your look in the mirror and how to bring forth the very best length that's going to suit your face shape, your age, your body structure, and your lifestyle. Don't miss that. And if you want that book, again, go down below. You'll get it from Amazon.com. We've got the link there, and you'll be able to truly learn about your face. But let me introduce you to the real people that have had these experiences and these solutions for their lifestyle.
Thank you for calling Jeffrey Paul Salon. How may I help you?
Rachel's journey of transformation began the moment she called the Jeffrey Paul Hair and Scalp Center. A visit that became life-changing, was easy and welcoming from the start. Rachel's desire for full natural hair was all about meeting her specific needs. To do that, Rachel fills out a client profile to help the consultant get to know her needs and serve as a roadmap toward having beautiful hair. Change can be scary. It takes sensitivity and passion to put women at ease while making their transformation a positive experience. During a relaxed one-on-one consultation, Rachel and her consultant talk about her goals and what to expect during her hair replacement process. They discuss her story of hair loss and what contributed to the thinning of her hair. The art is in the attention to detail. Through an assessment evaluation, the consultant gathers information about Rachel's hair loss and lifestyle to develop a game plan. Before pictures are taken to capture the shape and areas of Rachel's head that have hair thinning and loss to replicate her best look. Rachel learns how the process of hair restoration works. She's shown the science behind the Sesaragasi 3D technology that will create her hair and scalp replication. It's state-of-the-art technology that will look like it's growing from her scalp. And she learns about the cost up front so that there won't be any surprises along the way. The team at Jeffrey Paul Hair and Scalp Center understands that hair restoration is a big decision and a personal one. The goal is to help Rachel and other women make an educated life decision, not an emotional one. Rachel must be comfortable with every choice along the way. With the consultant and Rachel working as a team, the solution will result in the desired transformation. As Rachel continues her process of hair restoration at Jeffrey Paul Hair and Scalp Center, it's all about the littlest details for a lasting impression. During her design session, the consultant maps out every feature of Rachel's head to achieve a completely natural look, from Rachel's hair wave patterns and density to the color of her skin. When Rachel wears a part in her new hair, it will reveal a natural-looking scalp line. The ultimate goal is to give Rachel the hair she was born to wear. Rachel is in the driver's seat. She will choose the hair she wants by comparing her own hair to the Sesaragasi samples that most closely resemble the texture of her hair and the thickness she wants to achieve. An important part of the process is to create an exact mold of Rachel's head. To achieve this, the consultant wraps Rachel's head in a transparent film in preparation for making the molds. Next, the rain and plaster casting process begins. This creates a perfect fit for Rachel. All of her details and molds are then sent to the CR Labs in Bologna, Italy, for a 39-step process. The company's state-of-the-art lab builds a model of Rachel's hair and hair loss area. Next, they mix a special polymer compound to become the base of her new hair system. CR Labs takes virgin hair and matches it to a sample of Rachel's real hair to create a completely natural look in color, texture, and wave pattern. The blended hair is then hand implanted by trained professionals. It's true hair craftsmanship of art and science. From here, Rachel's new hair is sent back to the Jeffrey Paul Hair and Scalp Center to complete the final step of Rachel's transformation.
So if you're ready now to make this your decision, contact us at Jeffrey Paul's Hair and Scalp Specialist. The link is down below. Or contact us for a referral into your area if you're not local. Don't just go online and buy something offline. Don't just take this personal level of beauty. As I say all the time, beauty begins within, where you've got to be able to look in the mirror and feel beautiful about yourself. And the wonderful part of having something designed for you, custom designed for you, or designed so that it really fits your overall look, that is where the beauty starts to radiate from the inside out. And remember, subscribe down below and get yourself notified for each and every one of our episodes coming up and the future episodes to keep you knowing more about the solutions to your hair loss.